Hello, welcome back to another Get to Know Your COC. I'm Honest Outrage, and today with me we have got an absolutely legendary member of TG. We have got none other than TG the Professor. Hey dude, how you doing?
Doing pretty good.
Good man, good man. I got to warn you guys straight off the bat here, this is going to be a mega interview. So we are going to split this up into little parts for you, but don't worry, we've got plenty of the prof's game footage for you to view whilst listening. But be aware it is going to be split up, but we've got plenty of footage for you guys. Okay, so for you guys who don't know who TG the Professor is, let me give you a little rundown because this guy has literally done everything in TG. There is no part of TG this guy doesn't know something about. So check this out for the list. He joined TG back in August 2009, worked his way through the MAG division, became the HTIA. At the same time, he became a graphics member for the web team, moved himself up to the HTI position, then became the team head for the web team graphics department, then became the web team head himself. Then he moved on to Ghost Recon division, became the division officer. Then he took on a PRH, the public relations head position, and all that time still running Stormrise graphics and, of course, the KFC crew. How on earth have you managed to fit all of that lot into the 3-4 years that you've been in TG, dude?
I look back and ask myself that same question. I don't know. I'm guessing a lot of Red Bull and candy.
A lot of Red Bull. Red Bull is requirement. It's like a dead certain. It's just got to be there. Wow, that is an amazing history. Like I said, literally, there is not much you haven't done in TG. I really don't know where to start, so I'm literally going to go and take it right back to the beginning. MAG division. That was how you were introduced to TG, was it?
Yes, that's correct. I was out searching for a new clan. I was in one before and ran across the TG site and just kind of joined in with Biggie and a bunch of guys and really liked the setup and joined that next day.
Excellent, good stuff. So literally, they recruited you in game, got you onto the website, and the rest is history, as they say.
That's right.
Awesome stuff. Good way, good way. And recruited by none other than the big man himself.
Yeah, I think it's Biggie and a bunch of other guys as well, but just kind of played with them. And MAG was one of those games that was massive, so the possibilities were there. So as soon as I joined in, I was a TG member for life.
Awesome. And everything about TG, the whole ethos, you just thought, wow, this works. This is the place for me.
Correct.
Awesome, awesome. So what happened in MAG? I mean, obviously you became HTIA in time, but did you go through the formalities of running your own squad, being SA, SL?
Yeah, I was pretty much started out as a fire team leader, but if you kind of look at my history, about a month or two after, I was a SA for a little bit. Then back then they didn't just give HTIA positions. Your division officer actually was the one that kind of put it in play, and at that time it was TG Crimson.
Yep.
So they really put a lot of faith in me because I was only in TG for about 2 months or 3 months to really jump in a position like that. And from there, I loved it. I mean, it was a lot of training I did with that group. We did map, call outs, all that kind of stuff. And that was the bug that got me into eventually wanting to be a HTI. And that was double position, I think, after a while. And I told Double when I took that position, he took it. I said, I'm taking your job one day.
Yeah, it's mine. I won that seat one day.
Exactly.
Good stuff. I like it. So, I mean, we're going old school now. We're going all the way back to 2009. So, I'm guessing, were you a DI as well at the time? I know some of you guys won't know what a DI is, but it was the way in which we used to incorporate people into TG, very similar to what our bootcamp test does now, but we did it one-on-one in game. Were you a DI back then?
When I joined up, I think we had just turned over to the boot camp test, and at that point, it wasn't like the automated one that's now. You actually got the questions, you filled them in, submitted it, they graded them, and sent you back the wrong answers, and you had to do it over again.
Oh, I remember
So
that.
you pretty much resubmit it till you got it all right.
Yeah, I remember that. Wow. And that kind of gave you a foothold, really, because that probably was your first insight into the head training office and what it is that those guys do. And did that kind of spur you to want to become HTIA?
Yeah, it did. It certainly did. Looking at the training aspects with what you could do with helping out a division or just your teammates, really. Because as I was a member, I kind of took a lot of the fire team leader positions and came up with tactics. With that being a big game of MAG, you had to do a lot of tactics, a lot more than just run and gun it. So that really got me interested in trying to help train my team, and I just ran from there with it.
Awesome, good stuff. So, I mean, you obviously have a graphics background from your professional life and in your own personal life. You took on a graphics position whilst being HTIA and Mag, or did that come a little bit later?
It came a little bit later. I'd done graphics and web design way back in high school, in the college.
Right.
Also wrote poetry and other short stories and stuff. I took a background to that. Got back into graphics again right around when I joined TG, but I applied for this funny story. I applied for the web team, and at that time, I don't know if you remember, TG Rabbit was he was the web team exec back then. I applied and I got denied at that point.
Oh no, really?
So he pretty much pushed me into improving my work again, kind of getting back over and starting back over at my own work. So I started going back into looking at different types of PSDs I can learn with and training. I did signatures all that time while helping out with Stormrise at the same time. So at one point, I was one of the only members of Stormrise.
Wow.
So I was shooting out 5 and 6 signatures a day.
That's crazy.
So I was getting a lot more practice to get back into my art again. So finally, he approached me, seeing I'd improved my work back up to join a web team. So I was running web team and being an HEIA at the same time, and I had no problem running that and Stormrise at the same time. That's when the Red Bull kicked in.
Yeah, that was when you got shares in Red Bull, right? Awesome. So that's cool. I mean, for you guys who have never checked out Stormrise, please, I urge you, go and check out the signatures thread and even check out Prof's personal gallery. He's got it linked at the bottom of his signature on his dossier. Some of the stuff in there is amazing. I mean, obviously, he's a very busy man now. He takes special requests, but if you're lucky enough to be picked and you can rock one of those signatures, wow, it is a pleasure and an honor because those things rock. Seriously, go check them out. Cool. So HTIA came and went. You learned the ropes. You learned what it was all about, and then you took on that HTI position exactly as you told DBL that you were going to do. How was that transition? Was it an easy transition going from HTIA to HTI, or was it a massive jump up for you?
It really wasn't a hard jump because over the time we had different HTIAs, of course. When I started, remembering I had TG Texas was one of them, a classic TG Kilo.
Wow, you're pulling out all the old school names.
Yeah, bringing it old school, man.
Love it.
And then when Double took over, he refocused the head training office position, and I just worked wherever I could in that position. So I was helping out in other divisions along with mine. I was doing special assignments. With that time, Battlefield was starting up the fire team leader school thing they did.
Yep.
So I was trying to learn as much as I could about that to try to bring that out into TG. And then one day, Double contacted me, and he said, "Are you ready?" I said, "Ready for what?" He said,
Yeah.
"You ready to take that next position you asked?" I said, "What position is that?" He says, "You're going to be the new HTI."
I love it how there was no question involved. It's just, you are going to be the next HTI.
There wasn't. I believe he did that because he knew I'd be ready.
Yep.
I told him when he took over I was going to take that position eventually. So he had the faith to go ahead and put me in that position. So it really wasn't a hard transition. It was more of he taught me the ropes of being the leader of all HIAs now.
Yep.
And from there, it was me just trying to figure out how I wanted to run my tenure in that position.
Sure, and how you were going to make your own mark on that position.
Correct.
Excellent, and it worked out well. You know, there was lots of things that were implemented during your time in service that are still there now as well.
Yeah, like I think I started the squad staff training program.
Yep.
I kind of redid the way that HIAs were actually interviewed and what it took to get them. Like there was no limit when I first took over, so you could serve whatever you wanted, 3 months, whatever. So I put that 6-month rule in place to at least give me some time, a half a year,
Sure.
to help me out with the division. And I had a lot of turnover. Like in Call of Duty, I had several turnover. And that's when I really started that 6-month trend of I need you to stay here at least 6 months to try to get used to a division and help out. And then it was just so much. So much I can't even remember. It's been years.
It's a long time ago. Lots of
But
changes.
the whole thing was, I was trying to help out the whole TG. It was great to actually help out all of TG instead of just one division. And like you said, leave my mark on some of the greatest names you can think of being left there, you know, for that position. There's only so many people have been in that position.